In the hometown of storyteller Mark Twain, a chocolate festival that seems novel-worthy is flowing through this weekend. This year marks 16 years of chocolate memories made and serves as a strong kickoff event for the spring months, where the city expects plenty of tourists. Organizers say that their goal for this year's event is not only attracting residents, but also reaching past the tri-states to other chocolate lovers.
I think just bringing people from all over, because a lot of people come to Chocolate Extravaganza from different parts of the country and around the area, and it gives them familiarity with what Hannibal has to offer, and it gives the local businesses an opportunity to show off their shops.
And you can still purchase passports or tickets to experience the flavors of the festivities throughout the weekend up until Sunday. From